It was the transfer saga that was supposed to be written in stars. Chelsea Football Club, desperate for redemption after a season of misfires and managerial chaos, locking in their crosshairs the ultimate number 9, a beast, a finisher, a striker molded in the fires of war-torn Lagos streets and forged into a European nightmare. Victor Osimhen wasn't just a target. He was the answer to prayers echoing from Stamford Bridge since the days of Drogba. But now, the only thing echoing is silence. And in the silence, there are whispers, loud, confusing, conflicting whispers. Has the deal collapsed? Is Chelsea pulling out? Or is Victor Osimhen himself having second thoughts? This isn't a rumor anymore. It's a storm. And it could change everything. Because this transfer wasn't just about adding firepower. It was a statement. A message to the Premier League, to the world. Chelsea are back. Not rebuilding, reloading. But something has gone terribly off script. And the deeper you dig, the murkier it gets. Just 3 weeks ago, it felt done. Napoli had reportedly opened talks. Chelsea had lined up a staggering £120 to £150 million package, and the mood online was electric. Here we go was expected any moment. Fans were already photoshopping him into the blue shirt. But here we are now. No deal, no shirt, just tension. So let's unpack the chaos. Because this is no simple story. It's layered with politics, ego, fear, money, and history. It starts in Naples, a city where Osimhen became a god. After 31 goals and 39 appearances, delivering Napoli their first Scudetto in over 3 decades, Victor could have walked on water. But even gods can feel trapped. Napoli is chaotic, internally fractured, volatile at the top. Their former president Aurelio De Laurentiis made the striker's life difficult with public clashes, TikTok controversies, and contract standoffs. Osimhen wanted out. Chelsea was his escape. But here's where the fairy tale turned thriller. Napoli, despite all the noise, refused to sell low. Their stance: if Chelsea want him, they'll pay every pound. No discounts, no installments, no clever structure. Just cash or walk. Meanwhile, Chelsea's board, scarred by the Romelu Lukaku disaster and haunted by FFP regulations, got cold feet. Spending over £100 million on one player felt like rolling dice with their credibility. And then came the Enzo Maresca pivot. Maresca isn't your typical flashy manager. He doesn't chase headlines. He chases balance, systems, harmony. As reports began surfacing from internal club sources, it became clear. Maresca never pushed for Osimhen. The target came from the upper levels: owners, fans, marketing. Maresca, influenced by his time under Pep Guardiola, prefers multifunctional forwards who press, pass, and rotate, not traditional poachers. In private meetings, he expressed concern. We don't need a superstar, we need soldiers. This shift created internal friction. Some board members were still sold on Osimhen's star power. They saw jersey sales, TV rights, global expansion. Others listened to Maresca. And that's when the wheels started falling off. Meanwhile, across Europe, Osimhen's name started popping up elsewhere. Manchester United, PSG, Saudi Arabia, even Bayern Munich. And Chelsea? They stalled. The energy fizzled. Negotiators pulled back. Napoli, sensing blood, leaked to Italian media that Osimhen was no longer a priority for Chelsea. And the fans? Confused, frustrated, angry. How did we go from done deal to dead air? There's more. Behind the scenes, Osimhen's camp was growing restless. The Nigerian international, known for his raw honesty, began sending cryptic signals. Social media blackouts, mysterious story posts. One post read, "You don't beg to be loved where you're not valued." Fans thought it was personal, but insiders say it was about Chelsea. Osimhen, despite being flattered by the chase, started to feel like a backup plan, not a priority. And for a player of his caliber, that's unforgivable. Another issue? Wages. Chelsea, burned by inflated contracts under the previous regime, offered a wage package well below what Osimhen was expecting. He wasn't asking for Mbappe-level money. but he wanted respect. Meanwhile, Saudi clubs were whispering nine-figure deals into his agent's ears. No pressure, no spotlight, just a mountain of cash. Osimhen said no, for now, but the idea of such money changed the equation for Napoli. Suddenly they could afford to wait, let Chelsea panic. But Chelsea didn't panic, they pivoted. In the last 48 hours, reports suggest Chelsea are now pursuing younger, cheaper, more tactical options. Names like Santiago Giménez, Sergio Guirassy, Benjamin Šeško, and even Dominic Solanke have entered the conversation. No, they don't carry Osimhen's aura, but they also don't carry a £150 million risk. For a club burned by Lukaku and made cautious by FFP, this is a strategic retreat. So where does that leave Osimhen? In limbo. Caught between a club that no longer feels all in, and others that haven't truly stepped up. He's training, smiling, saying all the right things in public. But behind the scenes, his future hangs in the balance. Napoli fans are growing nervous, Chelsea fans are growing angry, and Osimhen? He's watching it all unfold, knowing that one wrong move could define his career. And this is where it gets personal. Victor Osimhen isn't just any player. He's a symbol. For Nigeria, for underdogs, for pure footballers. He came from nothing, lost his parents young, sold water in Lagos traffic to survive, slept in cars. And now, he's at a crossroads where millions are discussing his worth, his value, his decisions, as if he's a chess piece. But behind the price tags is a man who knows what pressure feels like, and who doesn't want to be Chelsea's next failed experiment. That's the weight he carries. And maybe, just maybe, that's what's causing this delay. Chelsea's striker curse is real. Ask Morata, ask Higuain, ask Lukaku. Osimhen knows the pattern. He knows that at Chelsea it's not just about scoring goals. It's about surviving the pressure cooker, the expectations, the headlines. He's not afraid, but he's cautious. And can you blame him? Because right now, Chelsea is still recovering. New manager, new identity, young squad. Half the fan base still doesn't know what to expect. The team is rebuilding, not dominating. And Osimhen, in his prime, has to ask himself, do I want to be part of a rebuild? Or do I want trophies now? That's the question nobody can answer for him. But one thing's certain, this saga isn't over, not by a long shot. All it takes is one phone call, one meeting, one compromise, and it could all reignite. Chelsea haven't walked away fully. Napoli haven't shut the door, Osimhen hasn't chosen, and the transfer window? It's only getting hotter. For now, we wait. But remember this, if this deal doesn't happen, it won't be because of ability or desire. It'll be because of fear. The fear of history repeating itself. The fear of becoming the next headline for all the wrong reasons. Victor Osimhen, Chelsea's dream striker, or the one that slipped away? Only time will tell.